got 17 people here, so we've got a full qualifying session. Everyone sort of getting their setups, strategies right, making sure they're ready for the next hour to come for qualifying. So we've got Mitchie and Sparky in the Renaults. We've got Broken Reptile and Chunky Snags in the Haas. As we get a few cars coming out on track now. We've got Sparky and Kritikama coming out. So we've got a few people coming out now. We've got Sparky, so Sparky will be the first one to set a lap here. Got Ferrari of It's Your Boy out. Got a people coming up pretty close to each other as well. Dutch couldn't be here with us as he's currently got an emergency going on, so I will be the only commentator today. Let's hope for a good race. There is a chance of safety cars tonight, as due to the possibility of people not being able to drive on this track. We'll just go down to Sparky now. Just follow him on a lap, as he'll be the first to set. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2 or 3. Give me a second. Oh, we've got Storm Hutto spinning at turn 3. Someone going wide. Just 1 second. There we go. Cool. So everything should be good now. Go back to Sparky, who will be the first one to set a time. From obviously purple in sector 2. As it seems we have a bit of a backlog in at the start of sector 2, Sparky coming around the final corner opens the DRS flap and sets a 1:19.1. Quickly go over to Kritikama, who's invalidated. See if we can get onto the Ferrari as well of Paddy Crow, or the Alfa Romeo of Paddy Crow. It's Your Boys here has crashed out already in qualifying. Paddy Crow goes fastest with a 1:17.1. See if we can get onto the Red Bull pits. What does Goats for Life do here? He's got Frizy right behind him. Opens the back wing. Can he set a faster time? He sets a 1:19.2. What can Frizy do with the slipstream from Goats for Life? Will he mess up his lap though? Urban Growth comes around the final corner, not invalidated. Opens the front wing, does a 1:42.9. I don't think that's a serious time. Little T's crossed the line but invalidated. Stroker Race sets a 1:23.3. And as the first laps of qualifying come to an end, we've still got a few people out on track. Let's see what Mitchie's in the pits. Sparky coming around. Goats for Life, no. Kritikama's out. Kritikama has retired. Let's go over to Lil T as he locks up a bit through that corner. We'll go to V Chris at the moment, who's on an outlap. Frizy has invalidated his lap. Was that Paddy Crow that was still on? Paddy Crow goes for another lap. He's going for another lap. We'll see what Frizy does here. He's going for another one. What would that lap have been? That would have been 18.8. That would have put him in second. As Goats for Life pits. We'll quickly go over to Lil T, who's on a lap at the moment. He's on a flyer. Can he beat a 1:17.1? He can, and sets a 16.3. Here comes Urban Growth. Improves with a 1:26 as his teammate Stroke Racer gets through with a 1:22.5, both improving. Mitchie is still in the pits, probably waiting for the last seconds to come out. Sparky though, his teammate, can he set a faster time? He's invalidated. That's really unfortunate. V Chris F1 coming around the final few corners. Can he set a valid lap this time? Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, final corner. Seventh, opens the DRS and does a 16.5, only second at the moment. Plum play. Can he set a valid? He's invalidated. Frozy coming around the last chicane. In third, goes to fourth, fifth, sixth, no ERS left. Opens the back wing. Sets an 18.6 to go third or fourth. Lil T, no. Paddy Crow goes 17.1. It goes faster. And we've still got people that are sitting in the pits. We'll just see if we can find out if anyone else is on a lap. So it seems Stroke Racer is still doing laps around the circuit. Storm Hutto starts his lap. We'll stick on with Storm Hutto for a lap. Barreling down the pit straight. Brakes at the 50-meter board. Goes into third. Back on the throttle. Fourth. Fifth. Sixth. Lets off the throttle a bit. But still going around that corner. Goes into turn 4. In fourth. Back on the throttle. Pushing his car to the limit. Turn 5. Now he gets a bit of a straight here to get some traction down. Can he get it right coming into this corner though? Chris has gone faster with a 15.9. He's got the car of Lil T behind him. Will he let him go or will he just go for it? He's going for it. Makes that corner, dives it a bit deep. This is like a race. Could that have messed up Storm Hutto? I think it has. Vox is retired. Lil T lets Storm Hutto back through. Bit slidey through that last corner. Reptile has gone third with a 1:16.3. Storm Hutto sets his time of a 1:20.004. I think he is safe. So at the moment, everyone who finishes, or even sets a valid lap, here we go, we got Mitchie here, goes second with a 1:16.0. That is a ridiculous time, other than the fact that we've got Chris on a 15.9. At the moment, we've got It's Your Boy here, Krudakama and Vox going out. Who else will survive Spain in qualifying? Everyone seems to be in the pits. Broken Reptile coming in. Frizy. Still coming around the last few corners. Storm Hutto. Can he improve in his time? Nope, he's pitting. Stroker Race is out of fuel. Urban Growth has gone back out on another lap. We got Mitchie Is he on a lap? No, he's coming into the pits. What about Urban? Urban going out. Abyss is out. Who else? Mitchie has retired from the session after setting a lap, so he'll be in due to him retiring in the pit lane. Frizy has spent 5 laps on those softs. Surely he comes in. No, he stays out to do another lap. Sparky. Chris is retired. We've got 7 minutes left of this session for Abyss to set a lap time and get out of the bottom elimination area. Chunky's come out for a lap. Abyss starting his lap. Barreling down the straight. Brakes early for turn 1. Gets the apex. Hits the apex of turn 2. Turn 3. Riding that apex through the first half of the corner. Then coming out to meet the curb. Turn 4. Rides the outside curb. Back onto the inside curb. And then full around purple in sector 1. Turn 5. Hits the curb. Misses the apex a bit, but hugs it tightly, hits the curb on the outside. Coming around turn 6 and turn 7. Hits the apex there, straightens the car up to hit the apex again, then hits the outside curb. Then for the blind right-hander, hits the apex again, hits the outside curb again. This looks perfect. Coming around the semi-hairpin. Hits the outside curb, hits the apex for that one, hits the apex for the next corner. He almost gets a double apex, goes to the outside. Can he hit the apex perfectly? He's hit it perfectly with a bit of a spin. Gets the next apex, hits the final apex. Goes almost all the way out. Swings it around to the final corner, opens the back wing and sets a 1:16.0, beating Mitchie by 0.03 of a second. We've still got Frizy, Urban Growth, Paddy Crow out on laps, Mitchie's retired, Abyss is coming in, Lil T is in the pits. Chunky Snags has started his lap. And he's invalidated. Lil T is retired. We will be seeing a lot of retirements now as Frizy has also invalidated. Urban Growth coming around the final few corners. Goes over the yellow. He's about to start his lap again, I think. 1:23. Urban Growth is currently on an 18.2 at the moment. Where is Abyss going? Oh, he's following the old circuit to let Chunky Snags through. Quickly switch over to Chunky Snags as he's invalidated as well. Fry starts a new lap. Surely this is practice at this point. Abyss is extremely close to Chunky Snags. Could this be a chance for him to get the slipstream down the main straight? Urban comes around the final corner. Can he set a faster time than an 18.6? He can, an 18.2. He's getting quicker. Paddy Crow coming around the final few corners. I think he's going to have to start another lap. Plum has started his first lap. Again, Abyss still going for another lap. I think he may end up retiring from this. Chunky has gone purple in Sector 2. Stroke. Go back to Chunky just to watch his final sector. Can he set a faster time and knock It's Your Boy here into possible elimination? Or it's elimination because he's already set a lap. He crashed out on track. Sparky's retired. Chunky Snags goes third with a 16.06. 16 thousandths faster than Chunky. Abyss is retired in the pits. A few people on outlaps for some reason. Everyone is thorough at the moment. Urban Growth pits. Plum Plate pits. I think this is the end of qualifying at the moment. We'll see what everyone else does. Frizy also pits. Will Stroker race pit or will he continue his lap? He will go for a lap. Paddy Crow at pits. Go to life coming around on his outlap still. There we go. So we've still got a few people out on laps as there's a minute left in qualifying. Plum Plate won't come out. Urban Growth won't come out. We've got Goat to Life, Storm Hunter, and Stroker Race. Stroker Race going for it. Can he improve on a 121? Opens a DRS. No ERS left. That's a 120.1. Storm Hunter. Sorry. Goats for Life coming around the final few corners. Can he set a faster lap than a 119.2? Comes around the final corner, slides a bit coming out of that corner. Hits, goes to the outside, opens the DRS, comes across the line to set a 117.0. Storm Hunter opens DRS. Doesn't improve. Oh no, he does. A 19.2, sorry. Goats for Life is retired from the session. Stroker Race looking up. The only two people on the track are Storm Hunter and Stroker Race, as qualifying is now finished. The final two come across the line, and as they come across the line, we will find out the preliminary results of Q3, with Chris setting the fastest time of a 15.9. We'll scroll down, so it's your boy here for Crew to Karma 2252, and Ozvox are out of Q1. On to Q2. Now, will we be able to start where we left off for Q2? Feel free to put your predictions in for pole on, or who do you think is going to get pole position? As we just wait for the cars to come out, there seems to be a Renault coming out. Is it Michi? It is Sparky. Sparky will be the first one to come out for Q2 at Barcelona de Catalunya. We also see, is that a Haas? Nope, that is Abyss following out Sparky. Who else is coming? Plum Plate as well. And I think Paddy Crow is also coming out. And that Stroker Race also coming out. Who else will come out to do their first few runs of Q2? Let's have a look at what tyres everyone's on. So, Frizy, Mitchie, Lil T and Paddy Crow all seem to be on the mediums. Everyone else is on the softs. This is the only qualifying session that strategy comes into play. As the rules are here, whatever tyres you qualify on for the end of Q2 is what you start the race on. If you get inside the top 10 or Q3. Sparky will be the first one to set a lap time if he does not invalidate. Followed by Abyss. The beautiful circuit here at Catalunya. Coming up the hill, gets to the first DRS zone, opens the wing, maybe just a bit late, brakes at the 100-meter board. Kind of misses the apex, but he'll be able to continue with his lap. Sparky is absolutely flying around this track. Hello, Race Division. Welcome to the stream. Coming around the final corner, opens the DRS, all out of ERS, sets a 1:18.5 to open the qualifying. Abyss opens DRS, closes it, sets a 17.4. Could we be seeing a 16 in this session? Who's next? Plum Plate. Goes 1:16.6. Paddy Crow sets a 1:17.1 on mediums. So we have our first mediums time set. Stroker Race, 1:19.2. Lil T has invalidated. Chris on his outlap. Broken Reptile has started his flying lap. Seems to be a bit of yellow flags of letting Plum Plate through. Up ahead. Go to Life looks to be warming up his tyres. Anyone else we have in a lap so far? Lil T has invalidated his mediums lap. That will ruin his strategy. The Alphas seem to be having a bit of a battle here. Paddy Crow has lost it and gone onto the grass. There seems to be a bit of a kerfuffle up here, and we've got Stroker Race and... Oh, sorry, Overgrowth has set a time of 19.2. I apologise. But something has to be going on with the Alphas. Mitchie taking it slowly, not to burn up his tyres. being very smart about tyre wear here. Broken Reptile coming around the few corners. Goats for Life is there. Will that affect Broken Reptile? It doesn't seem to be affecting him at all. Goes through the final chicane, opens the DRS, sets a 1:17.4. Frizzy slowing down a bit just to preserve his tyres. Mitchie doing the same, it looks like. Chris is flying on this lap. Can he go top as he did in Q1? Coming around the final few corners. Still got ERS to play with. Full throttle. 5th, 6th. DRS into 7th. Goes across the line. Sets a 1:16.2. That is a very good lap from Chris there. As we got Stroker Ace coming around. Hasn't activated the DRS, but still sets a lap time of 21.9. Lil T opens the DRS. Comes through. He's also invalidated, but he's on his lap now. We have Goats for Life in the gravel at the moment. Frizzy coming around the corner. Has something happened? Do we have damage? I think there might be damage on his car. We'll see if we can get an angle of it. Yes, there is definitely damage on that car for Goats for Life. He will definitely be pitting. He lets Mitchie through. Fry seems to be slowing down a bit. He's absolutely not slowing down around that corner though. Full throttle. Stroke Racer has left the session. Frizzy has not set a lap time yet. Mitchie has gone second with a 16.5 on his mediums run. We're just getting quicker and quicker here. Chris pitting. Lil T has also, he keeps invalidating his laps. This could be ruining his mediums run. He's got one more lap left, I reckon, before he'll have to call it. Chunky Snags also starts his lap behind Lil T. Mitchie still going around. Plumplay has gone third with a 16.6. Storm Hutto is currently on a layout lap as well. Currently got 6 cars on track. Lil T has gone purple in the first sector but has locked up coming into that corner. Comes around turn 7, 8, and invalidates again. At what time do you call it? Chunky Snags coming around turn 9. Sees the Ferrari of Lil T in the DRS detection zone. Takes turn 10, coming through to turn 11 and turn 12. 4 cars out on track now. Coming into the final few corners, and he's invalidated. Stormhunter has gone purple in the first sector. Can we trust the game or not? I have a feeling we may be able to this time. Broken Reptile is now out again on the mediums. Could he be trying to set up his strategy for the next session? Or for the race, sorry. Opens DRS. Sliding a bit through the exit of turn 10 into turn 11. Sorry, turn 10. Goes purple sector 2. Could we be seeing a lap? That is very quick here. As we see, Plum Plate has gone wide. Is that a crash? He's in the gravel. I don't think he's out of the session though. And he's invalidated on the final corner. Let's see what it could have been first. Would have been 18.3, so that would have put him in 6th or 7th behind, just in front of Sparky. Who else is on a lap? Chunky seems to be coming slowly in. Oh, slides it through turn 10 a bit. Maybe getting on the power a bit too quickly. Reptile. Our current... Let me just double check this. Apologies. So at the moment, the championship standings shows Mr. Mitchie 950 in first. Then V Chris F1 and Abyss tied on 46 points. Then Broken Reptile in third, or in fourth, with 45 points. So this is crucial for Reptile to get his laps right. Goes purple sector 2. What time will he set? Sparky's just begun his lap. Abyss is on his out lap for mediums. Coming around the final corner, opens the DRS. Sparky is retired. Reptile sets a 16.1 and goes fastest on the mediums. Oh, Sparky's crashed actually. Sparky is out of Q2. As with this game, if you crash, you're out. And that is an awkward place to crash, actually. It's a very awkward crash. I would kind of want to know what happened there. Go watch Abyss now as he sets his lap on mediums. Not many cars out at the moment. People are confident with where they are. Abyss barreling down the pit straight, brakes at the 50-meter board, sweeps it into the first corner, sweeps around to the second corner, hitting both apexes, comes around the third corner, missing the apex, goes a bit wide through that corner onto the AstroTurf, missing the outside curb, hits it for turn 4 though, misses the apex a bit, doesn't go to the outside, goes to the outside for turn 5 though, misses the apex again, but this is smart as the curbs grow tyre wear. This could be a preservation, but also a quick lap for turn 6 and 7. Coming around to turn 9. My apologies. I'm getting the turn numbers completely wrong. Grabs some DRS of Chunky Snags. Brakes at the 100-meter board. Into second. Coming around it at 85 kilometers an hour. Goes around 11, 12. The sweeping turn 12. He'd make or break some laps. And then we got turn 13 coming in with the heightened curb. Turn 14 also heightened. 15 final corner. Goes to the outside. Does he get to the apex? No, he doesn't. But opens the DRS. No ERS to save. And he goes 16.4. 3 out of the 4 are on mediums in the top. Could we be seeing a very much of a one-stop race? Chunky Snags also setting times on the mediums. Mitchie has retired in the pits. He is very confident with a 16.5. Who else is on a lap? Paddy Crow on his lap. On fresh softs. We're starting to see people going onto the softs to set times. Everyone is out at the moment. Will be on board with Goats for Life here as he seems to be setting a lap. And he will be the next one to set a lap. The only runner still on the mediums is Chunky Snags, and we have a crash. Of Frizy. He spun. Is there damage? Goats for Life sets a 19.2. Do we have damage on Frizy's car? Is he going to be the only one of the few to be knocked out? Chris is retired. Broken Reptile's retired. Chunky Snags coming around the final corner to set a lap time of Open City DRS. Goes 5th with a 16.5. Chris has made a poor effort here. Stroker Race is spun. Lil T. Can he get out of the drop zone? He does. Goes pole with a 15.6. Or goes... Little T beats... Well, Paddy Crow goes to 16.0. But is that a good move with the current tyre wear? Frizy is out. Urban Growth is out. Goes for Life is out. Stroker Race, unless he could set a better time here, he is also out. And Sparky is out. Can Stroker Race knock out Storm Hutto? Or will Stroker Ace take his position? Storm Hutto has retired. That is not a crash. Abyss in the pits. Lil T still on a lap. Chunky Snags will be confident that he can get through. Can Stroker Race improve his time to potentially make his way into the top 10 and Q3 for the first time this season? Oh, he's locked up a bit there. Coming around the final few corners. A bit slowly, Chunky Snags has retired inside the pit lane. Stroker Race comes around the corner. Opens the DRS. And doesn't improve. Stroker Race is out. Lil T will come into the pits as he is the provisional pole position. Unfortunately, we don't have Lurk here. But thank you for tuning in to round 6 of the Formula Oceania Sunday League. As we just wait for Lil T to retire, we begin Q3. Knowing that, so you got Lil T on the softs, Paddy Crow on the softs, Reptile on the mediums, Chris on the softs, Abyss on the mediums, Mitchie, Chunky on the mediums, Plumplay and Storm Hutto on the softs. Sparky, Urban Growth, Goats for Life, Stroker Race and Frizy will all get a fresh set of tyres to begin the race on. Feel free to drop your suggestions out of the 9 that we have. Who will get pole? I predict it'll be Broken Reptile, judging by those times. I reckon it'll be a fight between Lil T, Broken Reptile, to get through to the next session. Or to get to pole position. My apologies. Now, as the silence of the pit lane will be interrupted by the roar of the 9 participants, all coming out now. There's a Red Bull, there's a Renault. What else will enjoy? There's the Alpha Tower or the Alfa Romeo. There's the other Alfa Romeo. Who else will disturb the quiet ambience of Barcelona de Catalunya today? Both Haas's are out. One of the AlphaTauris is out. At the moment, it's Abyss leading Mitchie, leading Plumplay, who's gone off into the gravel. But that means that it's Abyss, or Mitchie leading Abyss, leading Paddy Crow, Plumplay, both Haas's of Broken Reptile and Chunky Snags, with Chris behind them. So the only 2 who will not be setting a lap in this first round of laps is Storm Hutto and Lil T. Who will win this duel of speed and aerodynamics? I don't know what I'm saying. I'm chatting shit. Mitchie coming around the final corner to start his lap. There seems to be a bit of conversation between drivers to determine the order of who's going to go when. Everyone trying to have free air for their lap. Nine minutes 45 left in the session. We'll stay on board with Mitchie here as he finishes his lap, and I will let you enjoy the sound of this car. Coming around the final corner, has opened the DRS. Sets a 1:15.5. That is a ridiculous time. That is the first time and the benchmark of this. Abyss responds with a 15.2. Oh my god, we are getting quicker by the second. What does Paddy Crowe respond to his teammate with? 17.7. And as Broken Reptile comes across, sets a 15.5. Chunky Snags will be the next car to set a time. Sets a 1:15.8. Chris responds with a 15.777. That is ridiculous for the first half of qualifying. With Abyss setting a 1:15.2 and the top 5 being split by 6/10. That is ridiculous for a place like Spain. Could we get any closer? It just depends on who's going for another lap. Can people set quicker laps than a 15.298 with Abyss? Mitchie is pitting. Paddy Crowe, I'm not sure if he's on another lap. I assume not. It is ridiculous, Owen. What is going on? I apologise if there's shit commentary everywhere, but I'm trying to make this as exciting as possible, as both alphas pit. Good Broken Reptile. Never mind. The silence of Barcelona Catalunya will not be here once again as we watch Plum Plate going around on his outlap, the only car on track at the moment. As we see, I think the Lil T has also come out, and Mitchie has come back out. Could Mitchie be going for 3 runs? He does have the tyres to do it. But we'll quickly go back to Plum Plate as he will be the first to set a lap. Let's just watch this lap in all of its glory. He's also invalidated. Never mind. Lil T. As you can tell, there is definitely some latency issues. As more people have come out on track, including Paddy Crowe, Chris, as Lil T begins his first lap of Q2. Mitchie also begins it. his next laps. Turn 1. Comes around, swinging around turn 3. Could we possibly break into the 15.2s as Chris goes purple sector 1? Sorry, not Chris, Lil T. Locks up into turn 5 though. Coming around turn 6 and turn 7. Turn 6, the cars don't even feel it. Turn 8. Sorry, turn 9. Goes into the DRS. Speeding towards the hairpin of turn 10. Goes purple sector 2. Could we be seeing a challenge? I said, yeah, Q3. Thank you. Could we be seeing a challenge to Abyss and his 15.298 as he comes around the final few corners? I think there's a bit of connection issues. Opens a DRS and sets a 15.9. Mitchie has pit again. He's also he's invalidated. I think Plum Plate is out of fuel. I have a thought. Storm Hunter on his lap. Paddy Crow also on a lap. Could Paddy Crow improve and get closer to the top 6? Around the final few corners. Can he get a good exit? He's gotten a brilliant exit. Doesn't touch the apex. Hugs the outside. Opens the DRS. Sets a 16.0. We are 8/10 separated. As Storm Hunter and Chris are now out as well, who set their final laps of Q3. Storm Hunter has gone purple in Sector 1. I don't trust this game anymore. With anything. You never trust the purple sectors. We will be held in suspense as Storm Hunter does his qualifying lap. Can he challenge Abyss or any of the top 7 who have already set times? There is currently 5 cars out, 6 cars out on track, 7 cars out on track. We will have everyone out on track completing laps, trying to improve as Storm Hunter comes across the final corner, opens the DRS and sets an 18.8. Who else is on a lap? Chris has started his lap. Little T has invalidated. Paddy Crow sets a 21.2, but I reckon he's going for his lap again. Who will get the coveted pole position at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya? For the Spanish Grand Prix, we have a yellow flag out in Sector 1. That would be Paddy Crow, or sorry, Abyss leading through Paddy Crow. As all cars, all 9 cars are out on track. Let's see if we can find someone who is on a lap. Chris, coming down, has the DRS from his teammate of Storm Hunter. Goes purple, Sector 2. That's an improvement of 3/10. That would put him in second. Can he get any closer to the time of Abyss of a 15.298? Or will he flop like a fish out of water? Comes around the final corner. Still got DRS from Storm Hunter. Opens the DRS. Can he get it? He sets a 15.494. He has just beaten Broken Reptile. Can anyone? Paddy sets a 15.7, making it even closer. The second and to fourth are only separated by 700ths. God damn it. Follow this channel. Make sure to follow every single race of this series on FormulaOCE Twitch. Lil T has finished. We have finished qualifying. We have finished Q3. Everyone who sets a lap, Chunky Snags finishes with a 15.8. Stormhunter has retired with an 18.3. Will anyone be able to challenge Abyss? Mitchie sets a time of 15.425 to finish his qualifying session. Abyss could potentially go even faster. He is 500th up on his time. Plump Play has finished with a 16.7, and he's spun! And he's out! Abyss has retired at turn 12. Broken Reptile. We'll see Abyss there. Paddy Crow pits. Paddy Crow will finish in 5th position. Can Broken Reptile challenge anyone in the top 3 and potentially move up? As he comes across, DRS open, sets time. He goes pole position! Broken Reptile has stolen pole from the clutches of Abyss, who has held it from the beginning of qualifying with a 15.189, beating Abyss by a full 10th of a second. As we have Broken Reptile, Abyss, Chris, Mitchie, 950. We have Paddy Crow, 89 in 5th. Chunky Snags in 6th. Little T, 71 in 7th. Plum Play, 5039 in 8th. And Stormhunter in 9th. Let's get it going for this exciting race. The battles between 1st in the championship, 2nd in the championship, 3rd in the championship, and 4th in the championship. All starting in the top 4. I am excited for this race. Very, very, very excited. Could we have rain as well? I have not been sent the forecast for the race. Can this race get any better? Can we possibly have rain during this race? It looks dark enough for it. So we have a formation lap as well to have a look at everyone's strategies. This race will be so exciting that I will not sit for the first few laps of this race because I am that excited. As we start the formation lap, let's go through the settings. Let's go through the strategies that everyone will have set. We've got Broken Reptile, Abyss, Mitchie, Lil T, all starting on used mediums. But we have Goats for Life, Stroke Racer, Urban Growth, It's Your Boy, and Kritikama all starting on mediums, with Ozvox and Frizy starting on the hards. Chris will be regretting his decision for starting on those softs. But we have Chris, Paddy Crow, Lil T, Plump Plate, Sparky, and Stormhunter all starting on used softs. I am so excited for this race. as the car's coming around the final few corners so that we can get this race going. Put your predictions on who is going to win in the chat. And we will be doing podium interviews as well. Here we go. Waiting for everyone to line up. Last one to line up will be Krudakama. As everyone gets ready, Krudakama coming around the final corner. Everyone will have their nerves shaking, waiting for the start of this race, hoping to not end it all, as we've seen multiple times in both this and the real F1. Kind of a shit starting angle. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lights out and away we go. Broken Reptile gets off to a wonderful start. Chris already up the inside. Goes through for first place. Mitchie on the inside. We've got 3 wide between Broken Reptile, Mitchie and Abyss. All going. No carnage so far. Everyone holding together. Mitchie's gotten up to second. Abyss in third. We've got a retirement. Sparky has crashed. What's happened? We've got more crashes up the field. We've got a virtual safety car. What has happened to some drivers? We've got Sparky out. We've got Little T has damage. It's Your Boy here has damage. There's been penalties awarded. Frizy and Urban all have damage. Urban and Frizy have a 5-second time penalty that they will have to serve during this race as they have not pitted yet. But we have a retirement in lap 1 already. This is carnage. Let's see. This isn't a race about winning. This is a race about survival now, as we've gone green as well. Chris leading. Coming around the first corner to finish the first lap. Overtake on. Mitchie's got overtake on. Abyss has overtake on. Chunky Snags has moved into third. Broken Reptile has slowed down. Everyone else coming around the corners as we see Frizy could be going for a move here. Frizy's into fourth. I think we have a timing glitch. We may have a timing glitch. We definitely have a timing glitch. We'll let it fix itself quickly. There we go. Everything has fixed itself. Cool. We're good. Urban Growth. I think he's spun. No? No, Stroke Racer has spun. Never mind. We'll go on board with Chris here. As you can see, the projected strategies between everyone else. Looks like a 2-stop for Chris. 1 stops for Mitchie and Abyss and Chunky Snags. A 2-stop for Paddy Carrera. A 1-stop for Broken Reptile as well. Can they all get through this race and do their strategies to the best of their abilities? Mitchie on the back of Chris. Can he extend his championship lead? The field may seem spread out, but the main set of field is here. Chris sets the fastest lap with a 1:19.6. DRS has been enabled now. We have a Ferrari crashed at turn 9. No one able to get any move. Oh, sorry. Krudakama has made the move on Urban Growth for 10th. Frizy on those hards in 9th. With a 5-second time penalty as well. Plumplay already somehow down on his fuel. Has he reduced his fuel to be able to have a lighter car? Chris versus Mitchie. The Alphas versus the Haas's. This is developing into multiple storylines to follow throughout this race. Stroke Racer is pit. Lil T has crashed into the pit wall. Coming into the pits. Striker Ace has gone on to softs. One second while I sort this out. There we go. Cool. Chris comes down the final corner. Ooh, could we potentially see an overtake here from Paddy Crow on Chunky Snags? Unfortunately not. But there are multiple people getting closer and closer to their competitors. Kurikama now has 3/10 on Frizy. Can he get a good few corners going? Paddy Crow right behind Chunky Snags, coming around the lap. Everything is so ridiculous. We've got Kurikama almost making a move on Frizy in that corner. Can Frizy hold on for as long as possible? As long as those hards will let him hold on. Broken Reptile and Paddy Crow are both trying to make moves on their teammate. Or on the opposition. We've got a three-way fight here. Kurikama has a 3-second time penalty. That is one that can't be removed. It seems the Ferrari is getting in the way. Throws off Kurikama. If Broken Reptile can get a good exit here, he can get Paddy Crow. Abyss sets fastest time of 1:19.528. That is an extra point as well. Broken Reptile gaining on Paddy Crow. Goes to the inside. Will Paddy try to fight it? No, he will not. He'll let Broken Reptile through for the moment. Can any other moves be made? Plumplate has already pit. For some reason. Could it be damage? We'll have a look. I can't have a look. Never mind. Go back to the front of the field here. Chris leading the way. Almost has a second on Mitchie already. But Mitchie does not want to let Chris out of his grip. Paddy Crow, can he get back at Broken Reptile? Is there any hope? Frizy is under pressure from Kurikama. Kurikama cannot get past him. As Frizy and Kurikama seem to be catching up to Goats for Life, who has lost time on Paddy Crow magnificently. Abyss, Mitchie and Chris are all within 2 seconds of each other. Abyss is trying so hard to stay with Mitchie. As Frizy and Kurikama seem to be battling through the final corners. It's a very intense battle coming through. Frizy on those hards and Kurikama on those mediums trying to get past as Lil T sets a 19.1 as the fastest lap. It seems that Striker Ace has spun. And Stormhunter has a 5-second time penalty. Can we get any more drama in the first few laps of this race? Oh, something's happened to Broken Reptile. I think he slid through that corner. He's lost time to Paddy Crow. And to his teammate. Mitchie closing in on Chris. Can he get a good exit here? Better than Chris. Chris has already come into pit. Mitchie will take over the lead. Abyss chasing down Mitchie for that lead now. Chris has a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh no. Has that ruined his race? Because he won't serve this pit stop, but he will serve it in the next pit stop. Goats for Life is also pit. Sorry, no he hasn't. Chris comes out in 9th. Could Urban Growth get him? No, he's not far enough. Mitchie now has to gain time on Abyss. If he can pull a second on Abyss, he could run away with this race. But can Abyss make sure that Mitchie is honest? And maybe even put some pressure on him? If they fight for too long, it could help Chris out though. That is the problem. As Chris has gone onto the mediums. Stormhardo has also pit onto the hards. Paddy Crow will be the next one to pit. Does he pit now and screw over Broken Reptile? Yes, he does. Reptile will just get DRS. Go back up to the battle in front. Abyss getting ever so close. Goes for the dive bomb on Mitchie. But he has to pull out. That was a very clean racing from Mitchie and Abyss there. Abyss went for the move, but couldn't get it done on Mitchie 950. Kurtakama has gotten past Frizy now, but Frizy trying to stick with him. Chris catching up to both of them. Already in 8th, Chris. Paddy Crow is coming out in 11th. On mediums as well. 8 laps into this, or 7 laps into this Grand Prix, and we've already had 3 lead changes. Can we get a 4th already? This is turning out to be one of the most exciting races I have watched ever. Chris gaining on Frizy. Can he get the move done here? He'll have to get the move done quickly to catch up to Mitchie and Abyss. As Mitchie gets DRS from It's Your Boys here. We'll quickly go back to this battle with Chris as he's right on the back of Frizy. Can he get the move done? He's getting really close. He can read the serial number of Frizy 92's rear wing. Will Frizy get DRS on Kurtakama as well? No, he will not. But Chris has DRS on Frizy. Can he get past him here? Opens DRS, pushes overtake. Revving the car to the maximum of 230 kilometers. Breezes past Frizy, who sort of lets him go. There is no point battling that. Paddy Crow also gets the move done on Urban Growth. Urban Growth takes the inside, tries to go up the inside of Paddy Crow for the next corner, but can't. Abyss still close to Mitchie. Chris catching up to Kurtakama. Frizy staying with Chris. Urban Growth trying to stay with Paddy Crow at the same time. There is so much going on with this race. Kurtakama, 3-second time penalty. Blue flags for It's Your Boy here. That will give Chunky Snags the DRS, I think. Can Chunky catch up to the 2 battling drivers up front? Abyss gets DRS, goes for the move, makes it harder for Mitchie, goes around the outs, goes around the inside, then holds the inside for the next corner. Mitchie trying to keep up with Abyss, trying to stay on his tail for the next DRS zone. Unfortunately, this track is harder to follow. Abyss has 52% DRS, ERS, while Mitchie only has 11. Mitchie might have to concede and sit with him for a bit. As we switch down to Chris to see what's going on with him. Chris, right behind Kurtakama still. Can he get Kurtakama? Kurtakama moves over and lets Chris through. Chris now has to get past Green Goats, and then he will be back. Or Goats for Life, sorry. But will Goats for Life be as favourable as his teammate? Frizy seems to be all by his lonesome while Paddy Crow catches up to him slowly. Mitchie is on the back of Abyss. Can he get the move done on the straight and repeat what Abyss did to him a lap before? Ozvox and Plumplay are also fighting. Quickly go on to Mitchie 950 just to see him move. A bit of swerving from Abyss there, trying to break the toe. Mitchie pushing as much as he can but can't get alongside. Abyss pulling around the corner. Chunky Snags and Broken Reptile making it into the first corner. Chris has DRS on Goats for Life. Goats for Life is not using his overtake button. Chris gets the move done easily. That puts the McLaren in 6th and 7th. Frizy slowly catching up. Plumplate will have DRS on Ozvox. Uses the overtake button. Ozvox is using his overtake button as well, but doesn't have enough ERS to be able to fight it. Plumplate pulls out from behind him, goes in front of him, and takes the corner. These are some good overtakes at the Spanish Grand Prix. There's yellow flag in Sector 2. We have a Ferrari spun. He seems to be alright though. And he's got moving again. No safety car, no virtual. Nothing so far. Both McLaren, Krudakama back on the back of his teammate, who is also on the back of Chris. Mitchie has DRS on Abyss. Abyss breaking the toe on overtake. Plumplay and Ozvox both getting 3-second time penalties. Mitchie in the slipstream doesn't go for the move. He will have to go for the move soon, or will he just follow Abyss through every single corner? Krudakama. Oh, Goats for Life does not get DRS on Krudakama, or on Chris. Krudakama gets DRS on Paddy Crow, has overtaken Frizy. Stroker Race has retired from the session. We won't be able to see where he's crashed, unfortunately. But the safety car is out. We have a safety car. On lap 12 of the Grand Prix, we have a safety car. Frizy serving his 5-second time penalty. Everyone will now slow down. And make sure to keep your eyes on that pit lane to see who has pit. As I imagine a lot of the soft runners will pit, putting Chris back in the lead. But will they? Because Chris has been held up by so much here that the safety car could have benefited the top 4, knocking Chris out of the race. Abyss following the Delta. Abyss pits. Mitchie pits. Ooh, Chunky Snags pit. Chunky Snags does pit. Ooh, Broken Reptile pit as well. Broken Reptile is pit. Now will Chris get out in front of Abyss, Mitchie, Chunky, or Reptile? Haas are double stacking. Mitchie doesn't get held up. Abyss doesn't get held up. What will happen with the Haas boys? Will they be able to pull off the perfect double stack? Goes for Life pits. Chris still under Delta. Not under Delta anymore as he full pelts it. Chunky Snag stays out in front of Chris. Chris gets past Broken Reptile. Broken Reptile comes out 5th. Paddy Crow has also pit. Krudakama. Plumplate has not pit yet. Paul gets out in front of Goats for Life. Anyone else get held up? Krudakama has overtaken Paddy Crow again. Urban Growth serving his 5-second time penalty. Vox also serving a time penalty. Frizy goes up into 10th after pitting a lap earlier. That was a very early pit stop from Frizy, and he was able to pay it off with 10th at the moment. Urban Growth gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting corners. As the first pit stop phase comes to a crashing close, we'll now watch everyone go behind the safety car, probably for a few more laps. So we will recap. Abyss is in first, Mitchie 950 is in second, Chunky Snags is in third, V Chris F1 is in fourth, Broken Reptile is in fifth, Plumplay is in 6th, Goats for Life is in 7th, Krudakama is in 8th, Paddy Crow is in 9th, Frizy is in 10th, Storm Hutto is in 11th, Urban Growth is in 12th, Ozvox is 13th, Little T is 14th, It's Your Boy here, 15th, with Stroker Race and Sparky out of this race as well. Sparky crashing on the first. Chris's pit. Chris has dropped as he is pit onto hards, following the strategy of everyone else. but that will cost him dearly because he will fall further and further down that grid as he serves the time penalty that he has. Where will Chris come out? Ozvox also coming into pit. I have no idea what Ozvox is. Oh, pit assist. Never mind. Not really allowed to have pit assist, but that's fine. Will the safety car be in this lap? Will it go for another lap? As everyone tries to keep their tyres slightly warm. It seems like we'll be doing one more lap onto the safety car, taking us to almost halfway through this Grand Prix. Abyss has sort of spun it! Oh, he's caught it just in time. He almost ended up in the wall there. That would have been heartbreaking if Abyss had Grosjeaned it into the wall from first place. What else will happen during this race? What other mayhem or mischief awaits us? The pole sitter, Broken Reptile, is in 4th. V Chris F1, who started in 3rd. Third. He's in 11th. What has happened? Safety car is in this lap. Krutakama has fallen a bit for some reason. He's gone off. Krutakama has lost 2 positions. Abyss will have the restart here. Warming up his tyres. Mitchie following close behind. Chunky Snags and Broken Reptile and Plum Play all waiting. Little T has gotten into the mix. And all the cars chomping at the bit to go. When will Abyss go? Abyss warming up her tyres still. Still hasn't gone. Will he go at pit lane? He's gone. Mitchie has caught him napping. He's caught Chunky Snags napping. Broken Reptile goes past. Chunky Snags will let him go. Abyss has a perfect restart and Mitchie does not get in front of him, unfortunately. Or, unfortunately for him. Paddy Crow and Frizy are fighting as Plum Plate goes really wide on those cold tyres. Frizy and Paddy Crow have got 2 positions from the restart. Chris gets past Storm Hutto. What else will happen in this race? Ozvox goes up the inside of Storm Hutto with a bit of contact. Urban Growth is out on the gravel. Good, Chris pushed him wide as Plumplay is also fighting. Chris has made up 2 positions already. Fastest lap currently goes to Abyss at 18.9. What is going on up the front? Abyss and Mitchie having a fight. No one else is really close enough. Ozvox right behind Chris. Will Ozvox be trying to follow Chris through the whole lap until he pits? There seems to be a bit of a fight between Mitchie and Abyss going. Mitchie with more ERS than he had last time. Chunky Snags gets a 3-second time penalty. That's horrible for his race. I don't know where that would put him. That would put him in 10th. He's over-revving his engine because the game is retarded. I mean, not retarded, just, yeah, special. Lap 17, as we begin, Kurikama gets a 3-second time penalty. What else will happen between Abyss and Mitchie before the end of the race? Will Broken Reptile be able to catch up? Will Chunky Snags be able to snag a podium for himself? Will Frizy move up further with those mediums that he is currently on? There are so many storylines to follow in this race. Abyss gets a great exit compared to Mitchie, but that means Mitchie is vulnerable to Broken Reptile, who's right up his ass. DRS has been enabled, but unfortunately Broken Reptile won't be able to get it. But he gets the move on Mitchie anyway. Mitchie slips in behind on Broken Reptile to follow him through for the next few sets of corners. Broken Reptile has 1.3 seconds to gain on Abyss. Chris has gotten past Kurikama. What else will be the downfall? Or what else could bring Chris up further to where he was originally? Paddy Crow is currently sitting behind Frizy as Frizy chases down Goats for Life, who is 1.5 or 0.4 seconds in front of him. Goats for Life needs to get Chunky Snags. Mitchie and Broken Reptile both are trying to chase down Abyss. Mitchie will get DRS coming around this final area, the middle sector, going on to turn 10 to get, or turn 9 to get past Broken Reptile. He uses DRS, but he won't be able to get far enough, so he turns it off for a bit. Make sure to get good exits through the final few sectors to potentially have a run of Broken Reptile with the DRS that Mitchie now has, as one of the Ferraris is a dick and doesn't get out of the way and is somehow fighting them for some reason. Even though he is lapped, Mitchie, could Reptile break him out of DRS? No, unfortunately he can't, as they come around the final few corners. Frizy, 6/10 off Goats for Life. He hasn't broken DRS from Paddy Crow, who's also got V Chris behind him. There's a crash. It's one of Vox goes for the move on Kurikama. Frizy has got the move on Goats for Life done. Can he make it stick? Yes, he does. Now can he gain the time that he needs to be able to pull away? Vox has gotten time on Kurikama. Can he boost? Can he increase that time? It's your boy here, has retired from the session. So that's 3 DNFs we have right now. And that is a safety car as well. We have another safety car. Here comes the strategy of, do you pit again or do you leave it? Because those hards that everyone has pit onto can go the rest of the way. But so can mediums now. And if you are someone like Abyss, who does not have extra time on his side, do you try to bait people into pitting? Or do you pit yourself and hope that no one else pits? Now begin the mind games. Abyss pits, Broken Reptile stays out. Mitchie is pit. Chunky Snags has stayed out. Frizy stayed out. Goats for Life has stayed out. Paddy Crow's pit. Chris has stayed out. Vox pits. Hutto pits. Urban Growth has a drive-through. Mitchie going onto those mediums that we were just talking about. Abyss also on mediums. So the only one of the top 6 who is on mediums is Frizy, and he may have to pit again as well, as it is currently a Haas 1-2. I apologize, Chunky, but I'm not going to go on your thing for the rest of the time because your engine is annoying me. Mitchie's come out in 7th, or Abyss has come out in 7th. Mitchie's come out in 8th. That will make the moves on everyone else only faster. Could there be potential games between Haas and the rest of the grid here? Because if Broken Reptile goes, no one can pass Chunky until the line. So if Chunky doesn't go to begin with, Broken Reptile can pull away as soon as the safety car goes. I mean, if I was Broken Reptile here, I would let Little T go through, just for the fact of, he's lapped. But he's not going to. He's going to hold Little T there. Critical has a 5-second time penalty. Abyss has a 5-second time penalty for contact as well. Does that mean Abyss has damage at the same time? We will try to have a look. Why does it keep switching to a... I don't want to see Abyss's camera. Actually, I do. I really... What I want to see. Yeah, it keeps... That's annoying. We're trying to see if Abyss has damage. There we go. Oh, does he? No damage for Abyss so far, that I can see. But that one will help Broken Reptile now, because Abyss has a 5-second time penalty and probably won't pit unless there's another safety car. So we've got Abyss, Mitchie, Paddy Crow, Storm, and Vox all on fresh tyres. And Plum Plate as well. Frizy is on old mediums. Broken Reptile, Chunky, Goats for Life, Chris, Crudicama are all on hards that they pit for in the last safety car. So the safety car will do one more lap, it seems, before letting the field go to race. So that means after the restart, we will have 11 laps of pure, no space given racing. Everyone must be so focused right this second. Frizy's pit onto new mediums. Interesting. So that puts Chris in 4th and means that everyone that Abyss and Mitchie have to overtake are on old hards, which can go to the end. Crudicama, Chris, Goats, Chunky and Broken Reptile will not be easy to overtake for Abyss and Mitchie unless they make it easy. And Chris will especially not make it easy for Abyss and Mitchie. So does Reptile bank on the fact that Chris will not make it easy for Abyss and Mitchie to overtake? and just full leg it after the restart and hope that Chunky Snag slows him down a bit. Let's have a look at the penalties quickly though. So at the moment, Chunky's got 3, Goats of Life has 3, Ozvox has 3, Urban Growth has a drive-through, safety car is in this lap. Kurikama has 14 seconds of penalties. He will make it very easy to overtake, and Abyss has 5 seconds. If Mitchie can follow Abyss through every single overtake and make sure that he is right behind him, this race will be very interesting to see how it is solved. Broken Reptile, slowing it down, letting the safety car pit first. Running that famous number 2. Run by drive. Mitchie has a 5-second time penalty. Does that mean Abyss also has one? Abyss has 10 seconds worth of time penalties. Abyss and Mitchie have collided. Broken Reptile has gone. Chunky Snags follows. Goats for Life and V Chris F1 are right behind each other. Chris goes for the overtake on Goats. Will he make it easy? No, he will not. He will fight it to the bitter end. But Chris has gotten in front. But he's had his line compromised. What is going on with Abyss and Mitchie? Whoops. Goats for Life follows Chris. Chunky Snags only has to be behind Reptile. Reptile already may have broken DRS on Chunky Snags. It's a 50-50, but Chunky Snags has broken DRS from Chris. Abyss and Mitchie are fighting it out drastically to see what happens with the 2 McLarens up front. Abyss right on the back of Kurikama. Can he get the move done? Everyone using their overtake buttons. Mitchie. Abyss dives it down the inside of Kurikama. Mitchie following them through. Has to slam on the brakes as Abyss comes wide. Kurikama making it very difficult for Abyss and Mitchie to overtake. Paddy Crow's has got a front row seat to this. Can Abyss get past Kurikama here? Kurikama does not have DRS on his teammate, but DRS is also not put in. Little T gets the fastest lap with an 18.7, ripping that point away from Abyss. Ozvox gets past Urban Growth. Urban Growth fights it back. Ozvox pits. Can there be an overtake here? Chris has got 4/10 on Chunky Snags. There's a yellow flag in sector. Abyss has crashed. Abyss is in the wall. That puts Mitchie up into 6th with no challenge. The stewards will be very busy tonight if Mitchie gets into the top 3. Mitchie goes for the move on Kurikama. Kurikata could have led him through there. I said that completely wrong. Paddy Krug also gets the move done on Kurikama. Will Mitchie try to chase down Goats for Life here? V Chris F1 following Chunky Snags through. Chunky Snags blocking for Broken Reptile. Can Haas keep their 1-2? The overtakes are on for Chris. Chunky Snags is not using his overtake yet. He is watching behind him for Chris. DRS has been enabled this lap. Mitchie pushing to try to get Goats for Life. Mitchie goes on the inside. Pushes Goats for Life to the outside. Goats for Life swings around the outside of Mitchie. Keeps the inside for the next corner. This is completely intense and very good defending from Goats for Life. Coming around turn 4 now. Chris just seems to be following around Chunky Snags as he follows Broken Reptile. But Mitchie is fighting tooth and nail with Goats for Life to try to get the move done. Can he get the move done down at turn 10? Mitchie gets DRS, pulls out, tries to go around the outside, gets it done. Goes for Life, taps Mitchie a bit. Mitchie now just needs to catch up 2.6 seconds to Chris F1 as Goats for Life tries to stay with him, and Paddy Crow tries to get past Goats for Life. Kurikama still in there, still in the DRS range. Stormhunter leads the next group with Frizy, as Abyss seems to just be going for the fastest lap now, in 13th. Paddy Crow has DRS on Goats for Life, who has DRS on Mitchie. Does not seem to be catching though, as they all come around for turn 1. Chris, Chucky Snags is out! And we have another safety car. What has happened? Chunky Snags has crashed onto the inside of turn 2. Oh my god. It is a massive crash. Urban Growth gets another drive-through for speeding on the safety car. Broken Reptile will have enough time to pit, but it won't be enough to get in front of Mitchie, I do not think. But does he do it anyway? Does Broken Reptile throw the entire book out to get onto the softs? Or will he stay on those hards and wait and hope that Chris will defend the hardest from Mitchie? Anything is possible now. Anything is possible. With 5 laps to go, or 6, how many laps? 7? 6? I think it's 6, it's 6 or 7. Sorry, my math is horrible. Okay. 7 laps to go. Mitchie has a 3-second time penalty as well, as he's also pit. Why has Mitchie pit? He will not be able to protest that 5-second time penalty now as well. Frizy also has pit. They're both going on to softs. Frizy gets out in front of Mitchie. That now means our top 3 is Broken Reptile, V-Chris F1, and Goats for Life 2. Urban Growth has also pit to do his drive-through. There we go. That's better. So now we have the top 6 behind the safety car, as well as Little T. It will be interesting to see how the next dynamic is for the 3rd safety car. 1 virtual and 2 full safety cars. It'll be interesting to see how this will change the race, with Frizy with no penalties on the softs, Mitchie with penalties on the softs as well, Chris and Goats both having penalties, with Paddy Crow not having penalties behind them on the mediums. We have 4 retirements from this race alone. Could this get any better? Frizy has pit again. Why has Frizy pit again? Okay. That's weird. Frizy is pit again. Okay then. That is very, very confusing. Will Broken Reptile get one of his famous starts again to be able to hold off Chris for the next very few laps? Mitchie probably won't be able to gain as much on Stormhunter and on Paddy Crow, as they are both on mediums, but Kurikama on the other hand. Let's have a look at the penalties quickly. Penalties, so 5 seconds to Chris puts Goats for Life actually in 3rd, with Paddy Crow in 2nd, Kurikama having 14, Stormhunter having 5, Mitchie having 3. So that means Mitchie moves up into 5th, I think. I think it's 5th at the moment. But that means that our top 3 currently is Broken Reptile, Paddy Crow, and Goats for Life. At the moment, Chris will need to pull 5 seconds. Safety car in this lap. Lights are out on the safety car. It'll be very interesting to see how everyone goes with this race. Abyss has another 5-second time penalty for a collision with Frizy. Everything is just getting worse and worse for Abyss, as Urban Growth also gets a 5-second time penalty for collision with Frizy. Frizy is just colliding into everyone. Abyss, or not Abyss, Broken Reptile slowing down, not going just yet. Unbanned Growth has a 5-second time penalty. He's gone. Has Chris caught it? I think he's caught Chris napping. He's definitely caught Goats for Life napping. As the field slowly spreads out, Mitchie trying to get away from Lil T, who was lapped. Abyss, why do we keep saying Abyss? Broken Reptile keeping his lead over Chris after that safety car restart. Only a very few laps to go. You could basically count them on your fingers of how many laps Chris has to overtake and gain time on Reptile. Chris will need to gain 5 seconds on Reptile just to win. At the moment, Mitchie gets past Storm Hutto. Mitchie absolutely storming through the field. Currently in 5th. Needs to catch everyone as quickly as possible. Krudakama has another penalty. 17 seconds to be exact. Plumplate has another penalty. 23 seconds. There are a lot of penalties. Mitchie also trying to get the fastest lap. Abyss has another penalty. 13 seconds in total. Can Mitchie gain any more time on Broken Reptile and Chris, as Paddy Crow is right behind Goats for Life. Goats for Life swinging out wide. That tyre wear could be horrible. Paddy Crow running out of any ERS he can use this lap, but immediately crosses the line and gets his thing back. Gets it back. Mitchie pushing as hard as he can on those softs to catch up to the front group. Paddy Crow goes around the outside of Goats for Life to get the move done, solidifying his podium position. V-Chris F1 seems to not be able to gain any time on Reptile. Reptile is pushing it. He is pushing his car to victory. Mitchie trying to gain as much as he can on Goats for Life and Paddy Crow to at least snatch a podium. Right behind Goats for Life. Goes to the inside, brakes, so he can't cut in the inside. Lil T pushes around, I don't know what's going on. Mitchie using his overtake to get alongside Goats for Life, outbraking him into the hairpin. But Goats for Life hanging around the outside. Mitchie pushes him a bit wide. It's fair racing. Everything is fair racing. Broken Reptile now has over a second on V-Chris F1. As Mitchie now only has less than a second to catch up to Paddy Crow. With only 3 laps remaining. No more safety cars. A safety car cannot come out anymore as DRS has been enabled. Lil T sets the fastest lap of an 18-1. Mitchie will be trying to beat that. Krudakama gets past Goats for Life. Frizy gets into the points. What else will happen in this race as the McLarens go toe to toe? Mitchie trying to catch Paddy Crow. Can he catch him and gain time? Chris gaining 4/10 on Reptile through that first sector. He is also pushing it to the limit. Both of them have 30+% of ERS. Mitchie within 4/10 of Paddy Crow. Coming around turn 7 and turn 8. Lil T gets a penalty. Turn 9 into the DRS zone. Has DRS. Chris has DRS on Broken Reptile. Mitchie getting closer, getting ever closer to Paddy Crow. He can read the serial number. He knows both serial numbers off by heart. The battles are getting ever closer while also spreading out at the same time. Mitchie pushing his car faster and faster to get past Paddy Crow. Paddy Crow defending, has DRS from Lil T. This will make the overtake harder for Mitchie, but he has DRS. Will he outbrake Paddy Crowe? Gets his front wing alongside his rear tyre and outbrakes him into the final corner. Mitchie stealing the podium position from Paddy Crowe. But can he gain 3 seconds on Paddy Crowe to hold the podium position? Chris, 6/10 as Plumplay and Vox seem to be fighting it out. Frizy watching his teammate fall through the positions. Paddy Crowe sitting behind Mitchie by 6/10. 2 laps to go. Chris, 7/10 behind Broken Reptile. What will happen next? Frizy gets past Ozvox and Plumplay in the same move. Has something happened to Plumplay? Oh my god, he's hit him with damage. What else will happen in this race? I don't think much more can happen. Goats for Life gets another penalty. If Paddy Crowe gets 1 penalty, he will be out of the podium. But he's also lost 1.3 seconds on Mitchie. Mitchie gaining time on both of them. 8. Will V Chris get DRS? If he won't, that will be the end of the race. He just gets it. Broken Reptile needs to hold 9/10. Mitchie sets the fastest lap with an 18.008. Gaining as much time as he can with the help of Little T. As Paddy Crowe now seems to be getting under... I forgot the word. Now seems to be under pressure from Prudicama, who's on the hards. Chris, 6/10 off, final lap of the race. Will Broken Reptile win? Will Mitchie hold his podium? There is so much to follow on this lap. Do not turn away. Prudicama right behind Paddy. There is tons of fights going on. It's so hard to keep up. Lil T gets another penalty. He does not care anymore. Paddy Crowe needs to keep 7/10 to Mitchie as we see a crash of Little T. I don't know if he's out, but it won't cause anything. Mitchie getting ever closer to Chris. If he can get within a second of Chris, he will hold it anyway. Chris has got 7/10 to gain on Broken Reptile. Broken Reptile coming around the final corner to win the Spanish Grand Prix. Broken Reptile in the Haas. Chris in second. Mitchie, does he hold third? Mitchie holds third by 4/10. Congratulations to Broken Reptile for winning the Spanish Grand Prix. That was very exciting with multiple safety cars. And just to finish it off, Goats for Life gets 5th, Storm Hutto gets 6th, Krudakama gets 7th, Frizy with 8th, Vox with 9th, Abyss with 10th, Urban Growth to finish with 11th, and Little T to get 12th. What a race! Drama everywhere. Not much. We'll do podium interviews in a second. Krudakama getting driver of the day. Just, there we go. Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, what a race. Broken Reptile has won. How do you feel, Broken Reptile?
Yeah, pretty good. A little bit stressful with the safety cars, but overall, not bad. All good.
Those safety cars did not affect your strategy at all?
Nope, I didn't.
Or change it?
Nah, didn't plan on stopping at all. I was going straight to the end with them hards, and that was it. I was quite surprised when I seen a few people pit though.
Well, congratulations on the win. It was very hard work. Chris, you kept him honest in the last few laps. How do you feel about getting second? Awesome. Well, you got second no matter what with the penalties. So that's awesome. And Mitchie, those final few laps, how were they for you? Going from 6th to 3rd on the last few laps on those softs.
No, it's just, look, it's just fucking bullshit how some people... All I gotta say is that, Abyss better watch out, because if he fucking weaves like that again, he will be thrown to the bin. So
I did say that, and that was not good.
So
a few things towards Abyss.
I did say that, and that was no... Yeah, you can't be doing that.
So definitely a reason to tune in next week to Monaco.
He was weaving excessively.
Yeah, we didn't catch it on the broadcast either.
It was in racing, under racing conditions as well.
I think we caught that on the broadcast, maybe. I'll have to have a look.
Yeah, under...
GG.
Oh, Mitchie left. He's upset.
Yeah.
Good job, Edge.
I mean,